All right, who's excited? Today we're going to talk about the traps of being busy and the power of being productive. Phone rings, WhatsApp makes noise, notification pull in, and everything is dragging your attention right now. Everyone wants you right now. But busyness is just movement. Productivity is progress. It's actually very much connected to the previous talk we had about how you can discover your potential through planning. So think of it like part 2. Everything constantly in motion. That's the world that we live in. And this makes us feel busy. I'd dare to say it makes us feel even important. Being productive starts with a vision, starts with goals. And being productive is difficult. Being busy is easy because think about it. It's easy to answer every single WhatsApp at the moment you get it. But it's difficult to block 30 minutes to write 3 thought-through emails to move business forward. It's easy to run into every single meeting that lines up, but it's difficult to stop before a meeting and prepare yourself and line up some qualifying new questions for the client. It's easy to spend the whole day in reaction, and it's difficult to protect your time so that you can build up your future pipeline before your current one dries out. And it's easy to say yes to everything, and it's difficult to say no to the things that don't matter. Okay? We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about the 4 quadrants of work. I'm going to give you the 6 traps that keep you busy, and as a bonus, a life hack to do real change. Okay? We start with the 4 quadrants of work. So, any task that you have can be placed in one of these 4 boxes. Okay? The first 2 are pretty simple. The tasks that are not urgent and not important, don't do them. The tasks that are important and urgent, that's your priority number 1. You want to do that first. I mean, it's pretty simple until now, I hope. But the next 2 gets a bit more tricky. The tasks that are urgent but not important, that's where busy people live. That's where they spend most of their time. And then you have the tasks that are important but not urgent. And that's where productive people live, where they spend most of the time. Because productive people chase importance, whilst busy people chase urgency. Busy people live in reaction. Productive people live in direction. Busy people count their tasks, as in the number of tasks that I've completed. The busy people count their outcomes, as in the results that I created through the tasks that I put myself. And here's a little mindset shift before we continue. Whenever you ask yourself, what should I do? Instead of doing that, you can ask yourself, what's the best version, the most professional version of me would do? Putting a character to a situation makes the difficult choice more clear. Okay? Now let's talk about the first trap. Busy feels good. When I was an active agent back in the day, before the WhatsApp voice messages existed, I would count my phone calls during the day. And some of the days I would reach up to 220 phone calls. That would make me feel super busy. It would make me feel proud. I thought I was killing it. But if I would have stopped to analyze what those calls were bringing me, I would realize that 99% of it was just noise. It wasn't really moving me forward. If I would stop to analyze, I could achieve much more. Not by doing more, but by doing less of the wrong things. The second trap, the loop of anxiety. Business over time creates anxiety. And why does that happen? Because you know deep down you're running, you're doing a lot, but you're not really moving forward. So that creates anxiety, and you start taking on more tasks, you start making more calls, you start trying to say yes to everything, hoping that this motion will calm you down, but instead it just creates more anxiety. So busyness creates anxiety, anxiety creates busyness. It's just a loop. Until you don't break that loop, you're not going to start being productive. Number 3, the words that we say limit us. It's not only about what you do, it's also about what you say. If you say, I'm too busy, you're creating a limit in your own mind that stops you from doing things, stops you from achieving things. You're saying you can't when you actually can, you just haven't stopped to do it differently. When you say I'm too busy, you stop growth. You close doors instead of opening them up. You stop yourself from saying, maybe I can reprioritize, maybe I can do it differently, maybe I can learn something new. Number 4, the trap of the yes. Busy people say yes to everything. Productive people know the power of no. For example, I had a client back in the days who bought around 16 properties with me over 8 years. And I know that I could sell him another maybe 10 over the next many years. But he was consuming all my time. He was not allowing me to concentrate on other things because his demands were just constant. So one day I told him, no, I'm sorry, I can't be your agent. And that seemed to be totally crazy to people around me at that time, but it was the best decision business-wise that I made because I created time that then I dedicated to other projects, bigger projects, more important clients, eventually achieved more growth, achieved more success, and eventually more income. That's the power of the no that can bring you to a bigger yes. Then you have the next one, the fear of chaos. That's actually the main reason why most people remain busy and don't start being productive. It's because they want to do everything perfect. They say, I'm going to do this real task, but first I'm going to clean all my emails. I'm going to first answer all my WhatsApps. I'm going to first clean my desk. So they end up cleaning all day and really postponing the important things that they should do now. People that are productive, they accept a certain level of chaos in exchange for protecting their time to dedicate their energy and focus to what is most important at that moment. Because think about it, what do you prefer? By end of the day, answer all your emails or get a new deal? Answer all your WhatsApps or get a new potential 5 million pipeline on the way? But, this is very important. If you are self-organized, trustworthy, disciplined, focused, then these tools can make you much more effective. But if this is senior level tools, but if you're not there yet, saying no to things, accepting chaos and postponing tasks is not going to make you more effective. It's going to actually make you maybe even fail. So be careful with that one. And now number 6, my favorite one, the trap of the tomorrowland. The belief that the future better version of me will do something when actually this future version doesn't even exist. Tomorrow I'll make this course, next week I will start planning better, the months after I will invest in my development, but tomorrow never comes. I heard this quote once that I found absolutely amusing, hilarious, and so true. It was, tomorrow is a mystical land where 99% of people's productivity, ambitions, and desire live. It's pretty great. What it means is that tomorrow doesn't exist. Tomorrow, you're the same person as you are today, the same person that's postponing the important tasks to tomorrow. The whole talk, if you want to remain with one sentence, is as simple as this. Busy people postpone important tasks to tomorrow. Productive people take tomorrow's tasks and bring them into today. I think that was 6, right? Now the life hack that I promised you. Lock in systems. If you want to achieve real change, it's not enough just to be disciplined. You need tricks to beat the systems that are designed to stop you from growing. The lock-in system stands on the simple principle. Inside you Robin, you Ralph, you Gaspar, there lives 2 selves, 2 people live inside of you. And first, they don't like each other. You have the critical self, which is the one that has everything clear. He knows, she knows what to do. They have the long-term vision. They see your best future brightly. And then you have the experienced self, which is the one that searches for commodities today. The one that says, let's grab a beer on a Tuesday. And the one that avoids hard work and always has an excuse ready back in the head just in case. And if you rely only on discipline, most of the times the commodity version wins. That's why you need lock-in systems. January 2007, Steve Jobs stood on the stage with an Apple on his phone, the iPhone on his phone, not an Apple, and promised the world that it will be released in June. What nobody knew at that moment, that the iPhone that he was holding in his hand was totally buggy, full of failures, and the whole technical team was completely scared They even had 10 iPhones at the back in case it breaks every time to give him a new one. But by announcing the launch date in June, he locked themselves into this date. Now there was no possibility to have excuses for anybody to postpone the release date. He made it public, the whole world was watching, so there was no other option than to succeed. He locked themselves in that way. And what happened? Did he succeed? Yes, 28th of June, the iPhone was released and changed the world. Another examples, contracts are the base of the 21st century. They exist everywhere. What are contracts? Contracts are commitments that if you don't achieve, bring penalties. That's what makes contracts reliable. If I don't do what I promised, I'll have a penalty. Contracts create commitments by locking me inside the contract. So what you need to do if you want your desires, wishes become commitments, you need to find your own contracts, your own lock-in systems that will push you. For example, you can make a public announcement that you're going to achieve something that if you don't, you will actually feel embarrassed. You can have a training buddy that each of you be on top of each other, checking in, did you do this, did you not? Actually, the best bodybuilders in the world train in pairs for the same reason. You can put money down the line, I'll complete this task by Friday, I'll pay 100 euros. Or I'll take my girlfriend to a 500 euros restaurant instead of a 50 euro. At least somebody wins in both cases. You can have lock-in systems to protect your time, protect your focus. You can cancel your Netflix subscription. You can delete apps. You can delete social media off your phone. You can find other things to cancel that take your attention away. The lock-in systems make you live up to your commitments. So that's how you can achieve, by locking yourself in. To finish, why I did this talk today, because it is about your entire career. You see, busy people, they burn out over time. They reach a ceiling, whilst productive people, they live up against any expectation. They lead us all forward and discover new opportunities. And whatever it is, if you will remain with Drumelia forever, or if one day you will go and open up your own things, what I want is I want you to succeed. This talk today and many other things is about making you the best version of yourself so that you can thrive in any market or in any situation. So remember this, if you live in the right quadrant, in the right box, if you fight through these 6 traps that are designed to keep you busy, and if you lock in your commitments, you're not just going to be productive, you're going to be more productive than 99% of the people. Success doesn't come from doing more. Success comes from doing the right thing consistently today. And the day's today, tomorrow doesn't exist. Thank you very much, guys.